Thank you, Senator Carrigy. I mean, I very much, of course, I support this. Of course, I do. I think that for us to have it enshrined in the Constitution is natural and correct. I do have reservations about adequacy and housing, those two words, that I think that we have a lot of work to do in defining them and ensuring that they're correct. You know, one of the interesting things in studying law is in constitutional law, there are whole sections of our Constitution that are remarkably similar in wording to the Constitution in India and the Constitution in South Africa, and in both instances the interpretation of clauses in the Constitution from a socio-economic benefit is different to the way that we interpret it. So in that, Senator Higgins is very right. So how we interpret it, what right that gives people, is something that we really need to give good consideration to, and no one better than John O'Connor in heading up the Commission and in able to facilitate that discussion in conjunction with the very fine ministers that we have over in the Custom House, including yourself especially, our own Minister Burke. I think that in it, I suppose, in listening to the debate today and being part of the Housing Committee, you know, it's so easy to throw away words like your pals, the investors, your pals, the venture funds, your pals, the developers. It's such a lazy, populist, throwaway trope to throw at minister and at members of government. You know, I don't know any investors. I actually genuinely don't. I know one developer who they, as a family, made a decision to put their own home up as collateral when they decided to buy a little piece of land at the height of the boom to try and create a business. They were employing other people, they were providing homes for others and had been building, and they put their own collateral. They're now homeless. They're now living in rented accommodation. They lost everything when the bust came. So, you know, there are lots of developers, there are lots of builders across the country that are small people, small little businesses who took ventures, who want to get back and who can be back in providing. And how will they do that? Well, they'll do that on the provisions that will flow from the land development, the LDA bill, the affordable housing today, all of the many types of tenure, the types of variety of tenure, the bringing of diversity of society into the communities. They will do it through things like that. You know, we need longer security of tenure for people who are renting. We need it to be lifelong. We need people to be able. So that's where we come back to what is adequate and what is housing. What is adequate has to be something that reflects where people are coming from and what their need is. And in that, I think that the housing needs and demands assessment, that whole tool, is fantastic. I think it's great. I know I'm one of its biggest fans, but I think it's great because we get local knowledge but we need to elevate that for it to command what gets planning permission, what is submitted, that you can't just decide that you're going to build whatever on a site, even if it's a private site. That needs to be, it needs to reflect that housing needs and demands. You know, I think that a community has to have an opportunity to trade down and stay within their own community, to trade up and allow the growth of families. So when we're doing developments, when we're planning communities, that has to reflect all of those things. So congratulations, Mary. It's really good. It was a good thing to bring forward. It's a good debate, especially at the end of today. But no more populism. For the populism of the opposition is just sickening when real people need real housing, and we see the likes of the non-vote today, and the lack of their courage, their convictions, is really quite the sickening thing to watch. But well done.
Thank you.